up, bouquets? How are we blooming today? It's your girl Enchantress, the Gypsy Lotus of Uniqueness, and I am back with another. We're gonna call this How the Lotus Bloom again. Um, Happy holidays, almost Christmas, all that good stuff. But I want to talk about this one is for the lover girls, honestly. Not even the lover girls. This is for the people with good hearts, big hearts, who feel like in the world that we live in, it's like you want to have a cold heart, but you still struggle to have a cold heart because you just can't help yourself, you know? And I just want to come here today to say, don't try to have a cold heart. Don't let the world get the best of you. Don't let any pain or anybody else's trauma affect how you carry yourself and how you care for people and love on people. The reason I am saying this is because I recently just got a message from somebody I used to deal with, like, at this point almost 10 years ago. Well, I mean, things ended probably like 7, 8 years ago, but still, maybe 7 years ago, because that was still 6 years ago. So, yeah. So I just want to talk. The message I got was basically like, should I read it to y'all? Should I read it to y'all? So, y'all have heard me like in videos talk about how like I've talked about like my first love's death kind of having a toll on me a little bit. Just because he used to be the one, if anything, to kind of like give me that reassurance when we would talk and catch up and stuff like that. Like, bro, you like you really are a good person, you know, because I be feeling like I know I'm not a bad person. Let me not say that. Like, I know I wasn't a bad person, but the way my love life would go, or the way like people would treat me, I would just be like, damn, like what do I do to deserve the treatment that I get? And the other person that just sent me a message, it basically was like, it was just another like, you're not the problem, like you never were the problem. And basically like I've already been kind of getting an understanding and seeing that like if you aren't healed, or if you aren't on a certain frequency or trying to grow in certain ways, the love I give you, nobody will ever be able to handle the love I give, because it is that raw and it is that authentic and it is that strong. Like, I can't help that I really do pour into people. I want the best for people. I'm gonna push people to be their best self. And a lot of people in this day and age just haven't been loved on properly, in general, from their parents, from friends, from relationships. A lot of people have not experienced real love, and when you meet somebody who is giving you real love, you don't know how to handle it, you don't know how to take it, you don't know how to feel worthy of it, because you never had that. And I'm not gonna read both messages. I'm just gonna read. I'm gonna read the second one. So the person basically was saying, you're never the problem, even though we all have our days. You have your days, but just not in the way you've been telling yourself. Anyway, you always had a big heart. You care deeply. You give more than most. You feel things fully, even when it costs you. That kind of heart is not a flaw. That kind of heart is not a flaw. That's why I'm making this a message today, because I need people to understand the way you love is not a flaw. If you have a big heart and you love deeply and care for people as deeply as maybe I do, or maybe you care deeper than I do. I don't know what I care deeper than I do, but you know. You need to stop doubting your self-worth. The doubt didn't come from, okay, so this is really what I want people to understand. The doubt that we have didn't come from ourselves. It didn't come from self-worth. The doubt didn't come from the truth. The doubt that we've been putting on ourselves is not true. We're basing our doubt on false narratives, right? Let me just read this instead of trying to dissect it as I'm reading it. You need to stop doubting your self-worth. That doubt didn't come from the truth. It came from being pushed, dismissed, or made to feel small over time. Your value isn't something that disappears because someone else failed to see it. You don't need to prove you are enough. You already are exactly as you are. And y'all, the first message that he had sent me that day already kind of had me like, oh dang, like I already kind of got almost emotional. But that message, I like instantly waterworks, like because I really needed it that day because I'm about to get waterworks again. But I really, people really don't understand. Sometimes I'm not gonna say everybody just don't understand. I need to stop saying that because I wouldn't be told to make these YouTube videos for you if I was the only one who was going through these things. I know there's other people who feel this way, but you we have we have allowed other people's treatment to make us feel less than, like, because I've been dismissed, because people have walked away and abandoned me so easily. It's like, damn, like, am I the problem? Like, and then I sit there and I'm like, all I genuinely, all I ever try to do with dang near anybody in my life is love them. Like, that's all I try to do. And for whatever reason, I just can't seem to get it reciprocated in the way that I really, the leaves falling is my tears, in the way that I really deserve. And, um, I have gone through periods where I'm like, you know what, fuck emotions. Like, I don't even want to, I'm not going to deal with, I'm not even going to get emotionally invested in nobody because honestly, I started feeling like, even with this one situation where I was kind of in a, love triangle, but not really because I knew I really didn't want the other person, but then it was still like, at the time, both people were like, to me at the time, which I kind of do need to go back and kind of adjust that, but to me at the time, it felt like these were two people who actually, I'm getting treated right for the first time in my life by two people. But I can't even fully say that because not for nothing, the other person that I knew I really wasn't feeling no more wasn't treating me really right. Like, they were kind of trying to, um, maybe it wasn't intentional because of course everybody does have their preferences of things, but you weren't really allowing me to be my true self. Like, my brother had passed away and we were sitting there arguing about me getting a sew-in that was red. Mind you, sew-in means it's not going to stay forever. And while I'm grieving, you want to argue about some goddamn hair. Like, I told you I wasn't gonna like it anyway. I really didn't think, because technically when I first sent you the style, it was more so about the bang. It wasn't really about the color, because even the color I sent you wasn't the color I ended up doing. So like, why would I think it was the color? So either way, um, and it was actually crazy because even in that thing, it was like the other person really more so started once they knew another person was in the picture. Now it's like you want to start giving me the attention and things that I was already asking for. And then it's like, not for nothing, it was also like, you waited till I already kind of checked out of that situation to start trying to be on me and apply the pressure that I wanted. Like, so then it also made it seem like you don't want me when I actually am pouring in and actually trying to love you. You want me when I don't care about it and when I am truly moving as just your friend. Like, so then it also made me feel like nobody wants me when I want them. Oh my God, I just triggered myself by saying that. Um, how did my hoodie get all this lint on it? Is what I'm trying to figure out. Me trying to distract myself from crying. But yeah, people don't usually like, it's and I've had this happen a lot. It seemed like as soon as I actually do, because people could be on me. I ain't ugly, like people want me, of course, but it seemed like as soon as I actually start showing feelings, that's when everybody else start treating me weird or falling back or not being as affectionate and stuff. But I've realized they can't handle my love because they never, like, they are used to only like one-sided relationships and things of that nature. And it's like, I'm not the one-sided girl. I'm sorry. I am very I reciprocate. Sometimes I go beyond reciprocation because sometimes I'm not even getting that. But if I care for you, I can't help but to care for you as deeply as I would. So we cannot allow ourselves to get. I did not mean to make this face, but the park I am at, I didn't realize how much. Like I realized they were trying to do some gentrification in this area, but I've never seen um, so many of these people at this park, and it's throwing me off. Like every car that has been pulling up has been okay. Oh, they got a cute dog, but okay, like I am not racist or anything, but some areas need to just stay buzz. Like, god damn, can we have something? Fuck. But sorry, gentrification is real. But we can't get caught up in the lies that we tell ourselves. We can't get caught up in the trying to downplay our own hearts because I have done that. I've spent in 2016, 2017, 2017. 2017, I went heartless. I cut off my. Why do I have reference Vampire Diaries so much? But this is. I cut off my humanity. I was not. I mean, I didn't cut off my humanity, but I cut off my like emotions. Like I was. I literally was like, okay, because I convinced myself because of somebody else's treatment. I allowed my worth to be in the hands of somebody else. And basically, I told myself that I was only a body part. I was only just physical to people. Nobody wanted my heart. Nobody wanted the emotions. They just want my physical body. So I moved like that. So I said, you know what? I ain't gonna say none of y'all serious. I ain't gonna get no emotions for nobody. Now, granted, the person that sent that message, I actually still was kind of involved with him, but he was deployed and all that stuff by then. So it was a lot going on during that time period. But anything else, I really wasn't trying to be emotionally invested to. So, and actually, we actually ended up talking again through that moment. It wasn't even initially when I made that decision to not be that emotionally involved with people. He wasn't in the picture at the time, but yes, I was literally like I was, as we would say now, I was doing shit for the plot. Like I let people who which I don't like to say I regret certain things, but some things I definitely regret because experience. Like I really started. Fuck it, I'm gonna be raw, be honest. I really did start like if like there were certain people who've been trying to talk to me for a while, but of course now I don't even. I was literally the girl that was like, oh, if we not X, Y, and Z, or if we not emotionally involved, we not doing nothing. At that moment in that year, that wasn't the case. So it was more than now. I'm not. Listen, I have limits. Okay, so I call it my H.E.A.L, but it wasn't really, truthfully, H.E.A.L. Like in reality of what promiscuous. It wasn't really that promiscuous. Like it was promiscuous for me, but it wasn't really promiscuous per se. Like I wasn't really just doing it with anybody. Like if anything, technically, I just more so ended up with like more like friends with benefits type situations than anything. Like I wasn't out here just having one night stands and shit like that. Like no, I was no, because even like the people I ended up dealing with, I wasn't even. And part of me, I can't even fully say I wasn't I wasn't emotionally involved either. Because some people, that one friends with benefits situation, mind you, let me just tell you why that one like fuck me up. We was friends with benefits, right? And it was a fun like little thing because like the places we was I ain't gonna say all that. Maybe one day I say all that, but right now I'm not gonna say all that. But it was fun. I ain't gonna lie. But I was online for my dance org at this time. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that anymore, but I was online for my dance for org, and it was one night, mind you, I'm getting out at like, I don't know if I'm supposed to say any of this, but I ain't got that many views right now to not say it. Yeah, if this ever come up again, I'm gonna. But I will. Well, I wasn't. My organization is not a hazing organization. Now, great. Okay, boom. So we was getting out. It was like midnight. It might have been after midnight. Truthfully, honestly, probably was after midnight. And I remember walking back to my dorm, and the way Central was set up, there's like one pathway that's like a little lower from like. If you went to my college, you're gonna understand what I'm saying. The pathway. I'm walking to Eagle Landing. The pathway. There's a pathway through the Shepherd, and there's a pathway from the Greek Bowl. I'm kind of doing the pathway from the Greek Bowl, where I have to come up the stairs. Him and this girl are up walking on the basically the Shepherd walkway. So I'm like, I look, and I think there was already like speculation, or somebody had already told me like that he dealing with somebody else or some shit. I'm like, no, he not. Like, nah. I don't even know why I was in denial about him dealing with somebody else, but I just not. Oh no, they was literally like telling me he was in a relationship with someone. I'm like, ain't no way this man in a relationship. Like, nah. So I see him and the girl, and I'm like, what? Mind you, I think I was already calling his ass because I was getting out, and like we friends with benefits. I'm like, I wasn't tired initially, like, I think technically, I think we already was supposed to be planning to link up anyway. So that's also what I was talking about. Like, that's also what I was calling. I'm literally watching me call this man, blow up his phone. Like, I'm calling back to back to back. He's not. I'm literally like he didn't. I don't know if he had his phone on silent or what, because he didn't have no reaction to his phone ringing in his pocket. And I'm literally like, wow. So that did hurt me a little bit, because it was like, damn, like, wasn't trying to be the other woman either. Like, I wasn't trying to be nobody little side piece. Like, that's why I was like, friends with benefits ain't supposed to have no little outside shit going on. What the fuck going on? But yeah. So I can't even fully say I wasn't emotionally about it. But that's the thing about having a big heart and having and caring the way I do. Like, I can't help but to get some type of emotionally involved with people. So um I still learned, like, I just can't, because even like I really didn't like nothing about that year. Like, it was cute, it was cool, but some of them I'm like, yeah, I could have, I shouldn't have did that one. I shouldn't have did that one. I shouldn't have. I don't want to say regret though, but I gained wisdom to say, like, yeah, I probably could have. If I knew what I knew now, I probably wouldn't have made the same decisions back then. Um, but I'm saying this to say, like, don't let the world, don't let other people's shortcomings, other people's projections, other people's lack of emotional intelligence or emotional maturity cause you to change the way you care or love or move with people. Like, because I've realized now, like, even if I didn't always get the energy reciprocated to me, or even if people didn't always love me the way I needed, I know the love that I gave people, they needed that. I might not get what I needed, and even then, maybe I didn't need the love, but I learned a lesson. And yes, it sucks to constantly feel like everything is just a lesson instead of a. I don't want to say instead of a blessing, but instead of actually getting what you wanted out of situations. But sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But I've realized, like, now I'm not really necessarily like cutting myself off from emotions or anything, but I am enjoying the season of solitude. I am, like, not trying to I'm not trying to get emotionally involved just to not get my feelings hurt. I'm trying not to get emotionally involved with nobody. I'm not interested in being emotionally involved with anybody, because I also understand now that healing and in between time really does matter, and I need time to truly heal from the last situation I was just in, because I just knew I was gonna marry that man. And yeah, but so I'm giving myself that time to actually heal, and I have goals that just don't involve being emotionally involved right now. Because I do need to learn to not fully so the people who do care deeply, like that's why we really have to learn boundaries and stuff like that, because I've learned that I can't be as all about people. I can't get so caught up in pouring into other people that I'm forgetting to handle my business or pouring into myself back in return. Um and even with my last situation, like I hate even calling it a situation because it wasn't just a situationship, but even with like that kind of made me realize, like, yeah, when if people aren't healing or growing in the ways that they, where the fuck are you going? You cannot go out that way. If people aren't growing in the way that they need to, they're just not going to, the love you pour into them is never going to matter. If people can't handle, or if people haven't, where the fuck are people going that they think these are exits, because they're not? Like, where are you driving to? A dead end? Like, this is dead end. Don't park next to my car. You better be turning around. Does anybody else, sidebar, does anybody else hate like when you park your car literally away from everybody and they're like there's so many other spots for people to park in, they still try to park by you? That annoys me because my car is so away from people. Like, my car basically the only car on this little strip part, so it's like y'all better not be trying to park by me. Like, it's weird. um anyway, I've learned to just not fault other people and not allow it to make me feel, where is this person going? I'm sorry, I'm not even trying to people watch, but it's just I'm seeing a lot of dumb shit. What the fuck? Did you leave one parking spot to find another parking spot? What the fuck? Okay, we here. Let me just stay here. Um, yeah, I've learned to not regret the love I've given other people. I've learned to not put my worth in other people's hands. Like, I can't allow other people's shortcomings or the way people treated me to ultimately mean, oh, I deserve that. Because everything I went through this year in regards to my love life, I didn't deserve none of it. I didn't deserve none of the shit that happened to me this year. Um, no, like, even past love, borderline, I didn't deserve some of the shit that happened to me this year. But it's not even necessarily a deserved thing. It was more so like, but I did have to learn the lesson. I did have to see certain things. Certain things did have to happen for me to realize X, Y, and Z. Certain things did have to happen for me to realize I haven't been pouring into myself and doing the thing, keeping myself first. Because that's been my biggest lesson, is making sure I always keep myself first. So the things that have happened to me were more so like a, not gonna call it a punishment either, but it was more so the lesson of, this is what happens when you stop filling up your own cup and when you stop pouring into self and start only pouring into other people. Because my cup ran dry and I ended up getting abandoned in the midst of my cup going dry, or already being dry, after I done poured so much into somebody else, and it's like I can't even get that pour back. Like, but either way, I didn't deserve that. I'm not holding on to that. I am still healing through it, obviously. It definitely still hurts because it's just like, I really thought we had something here, but even with that, I have to still understand that people just don't heal the way that I heal. Like, I'm not gonna talk about him. But yeah, if you have a big heart, if you care deeply for people, if anything, we just have to really learn boundaries and learn how to, keep ourselves first always. But don't ever regret the love that you have given somebody else. Don't ever regret the way you have poured into other people. Even don't even beat yourself up about pouring into people who weren't reciprocating your energy, because in some form or fashion, and that's also what I've had to realize, in some form or fashion, even if it didn't get, even if the person that you were pouring into didn't pour back into you, somehow, some way, that love is coming back to you. Somehow, some way, that energy is always going to return to you. Um, I really am not trying to cry, but I'm about to cry because I really did love that person. I can't even say loved. I really, anyway. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna take a break and cry real quick. And I'm gonna go come back with the next topic. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. Damn, what's my outro? um Healing gets messy before it gets magical, but you are worthy of the light and love that is waiting for you on the other side. I mean, the light and happiness that is waiting for you on the other side. Adjust your crown, sit up straight, don't let it tilt. I love you. I hope you love you. Peace.